You have been selected by divine purpose, not by accident or coincidence. This moment, right now, is intentional. You are reading these words because the cosmos has conspired to bring you to this precise moment in time, so harmonizing you with your awakening. These words did not find you today by accident. Deeper inside you is something beyond what your physical eyes can see. Your spirit has been waiting for this very time, for this exact frequency to reach you. Your soul already knows the truth. Imagine a world where uncertainty no longer veils your sight, where fear no longer controls your choices. Imagine being so in line with God's will that every thought turns into a seed sown in rich soil, developing into realities beyond what your mind originally believed conceivable. You have experienced it before. The burden of something more sitting on your shoulders, pushing you to soar beyond mediocrity, to escape the shackles of constraint. The curtain is coming up presently. You are now prepared to view yourself as a divine creator, made in God's likeness with incredible ability. A concept older than time itself, built into the very fabric of existence. Your ideas form your environment. Unseen powers ruled how energy shows into reality from the time existence started. Proverbs 23 verse 7 in the Bible states, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." These are spiritual rules controlling your life, not only beautiful language. Every achievement, every struggle, every victory begins as a thought, an unseen spark that either clears or causes disorder, depending on your cultivation. Every concept you entertain is a seed in your mind, which is like a garden. Are you sowing seeds of anxiety, fear, and bitterness? Or are you growing heavenly confidence, abundance, and faith? The struggles you encounter in life begin inside, not in the outside world. Wars are fought and wins won or lost in your imagination, the battlefield. Should the foe dominate your ideas, he will shape your fate. But nothing can stop you if you control your thinking. Jesus told his people again and time again that the secret to miracles was faith, deep, unyielding belief. He usually remarked, "Your faith has made you well," after curing the ill, exorcising demons, and resurrecting the dead. What if the gifts you desire are already within reach, waiting for your faith to draw them into existence? Think about the great historical personalities who grasped this reality. Against all odds, Abraham became the father of countries. Joseph remained true to his aspirations despite treachery and incarceration until they came true. When he said, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move." Even Jesus himself underlined the great power of believing. Nothing will be impossible for you. Faith starts in the invisible domain of the mind, where ideas form belief, and belief creates reality. Your thoughts are active energies, transmitting spiritual impulses that affect everything around you. Focusing on lack, scarcity, and dread will unavoidably bring those conditions into your life. Meditation on plenty, thankfulness, and divine favor will help you to see such traits appearing in illogical ways. That is the reason why mind rejuvenation is so vital. Romans 12 verse 2 exhorts us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Transformation starts with the ideas you choose to nurture every day. It does not start with outward changes. Consider the times in your life when dread overtook you. Did not events occur that appeared to confirm such anxieties? On the other hand, when you welcomed thankfulness and confidence, didn't doors open without effort? These are not coincidences. They're proof of a spiritual law developing before your very eyes. The cosmos reflects back to you the frequency of your thoughts, hence reflecting divine accuracy. Being a chosen one magnifies your spiritual nature and strengthens your energy. Your thoughts draw what you want. Your beliefs shape your reality. But let's be honest, controlling your thoughts is not simple. Years of society encouraging you to think a particular way, to live in fear, to compete instead of cooperate, to mistrust instead of trust, has shaped your perspective. The media inundates your head with stories of shortage, anger, and division. Social media algorithms provide material meant to keep you reactive, distracted, and cut off from your actual power. The enemy understands that if a selected one controls their thoughts, they become unrelenting. He therefore toils ceaselessly to seize control of your awareness, dragging you away from your heavenly route. But in spite of the commotion, you are awakening. You are starting to see the patterns that have held you imprisoned, hence piercing the illusions. Equipped with this knowledge, you may now take back your throne. Begin by watching your thoughts. Observe the daily, unending stream running through your head. Are they based in faith or fear? Do they spiral into pessimism, or do they lift you toward thankfulness and heavenly confidence? Most individuals allow their thoughts run wild like untamed horses running in all directions. But you are unique. God has selected you to be a conscious creator. Every morning, purposefully set the tone for your day. Speak life into being. Proclaim facts over your existence. I am a divine creator. My ideas are in line with purpose, plenty, and love. The power of my thought shapes my reality. Surround yourself with wise people, inspiring music, and knowledge. Be very choosy about what comes into your holy area. Like a soldier at the gates of your own awareness, protect your thoughts. In quietude, you link straight to the origin of all creation. Meditation doesn't have to be difficult. Just sitting in quiet, concentrating on your breath, and letting ideas to flow without attachment helps purify and hone your mind. Psalm 46 verse 10 exhorts, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is where one most clearly hears the voice of the divine. Meditation helps you to access unfiltered spiritual knowledge beyond the cacophony of the outside world. In the calm refuge of your soul, insight emerges and faith grows. Words have great power. Your spoken words, both internal and external, vibrate vibrational codes forming your reality. Substitute "I can't" with "I am able." Change "I am afraid" to "I am divinely guided and protected." David showed this idea before confronting Goliath. While some expressed dread, saying the behemoth unbeatable, David proclaimed triumph before the fight had started. He said, "This day the Lord will deliver you into my hand." His beliefs matched his faith, and his faith matched his fate. You, too, should declare triumph over your life, even before the breakthrough shows. True mastery is about awareness, not perfection. It's about the dedication to realign your thoughts every time they stray. Lawlessness did not bring about illumination for the greatest spiritual leaders and visionaries. Rather, tenacity did. Once remarked Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in jail, "I never lose. I either win or I learn." What if every struggle turned into a chance for development and every failure turned into a lesson? Over time, this technique will be second nature. Your mind will naturally go for truth, clarity, and divine knowledge instead of having to push it into line. Mastering your thoughts will help you to see changes in the environment around you. Synchronicities will increase, hence verifying your correct direction. Once closed forever, doors will now open with ease. Those that sap your energy will naturally fade away, replaced by those who inspire, support, and walk with you in goal. The change, however, will not only be outside, it will also take place within. You will experience a tranquility that transcends reason, an unshaken confidence by situation, and a profound knowledge that you are flowing divinely. This is the sign of a chosen one, walking in harmony with God's rule. But there is some opposition on this route. The world will try to draw you back into its delusions. Old thinking patterns could try to reappear, murmuring doubts in your head. The foe will try to lure you back into worldly problems, uncertainty, and dread. Just when you start to develop, something could come up against you. This is spiritual opposition, but keep in mind that even Jesus battled temptation in the desert. Matthew 4 verses 1 to 11 reveals how he responded to every assault with heavenly truth. You have to use this power. Every time uncertainty comes, think back on who you are. You were sent to walk in dominion, not to live in terror. By means of this path, you will realize that you are much more than the duties you fulfill in this planet. Under all the layers of identification, under the training and expectations, there is something ageless inside you, something untainted by the boundaries of this planet. Deep down, you're not the mental noise. You're the quiet watcher behind the ideas, the one who watches, feels, and knows. Your inner self is that everlasting presence, the divine awareness that was there before you were born and will remain long after your physical body disappears. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 7 puts it, "The spirit returns to God who gave it. The dust returns to the ground it came from." Living from this point of consciousness will help you to escape the ego's prison and into the liberation of the soul. You no longer associate with negative ideas, hence they lose their hold. You see fear as transient, hence it loses its sting. You recognize anger for what it really is, a transient feeling, not a permanent condition, so it loses its power. Your divine consciousness, your higher self, is this awareness. It is the component of you that stays unaffected by life's tempests. Chosen one, now is the moment to completely accept this reality, not just to know it, but also to live it in every instant. You are not here to fit into the world's delusions. You are here to be a beacon of light, guiding the way for those still trapped in lies. You have to first be this light inside yourself if you were to shine outside. Tell yourself every day that you're not your limits, doubts, or anxieties. Though never constrained by it, you are heavenly consciousness living in human form. You are the timeless presence beyond your name, the Lord of your thoughts, the soul that has lived outside time itself. Awakening brings duty. You have been given a holy obligation to carefully utilize your ideas to elevate, inspire, and create the reality God has summoned you to bring into this world. Your ideas are not isolated. They're influencing not only your fate, but also the lives of others you meet. Walk this road with bravery, as the universe will react to the power of your divine mind when you truly accept this duty. The future is not set in stone. It is shaped by your everyday decisions, the solitude of your heart, the soft murmurs of your spirit. Every notion you water is a garden developing in the invisible domain. Every idea you plant is a seed. Soon, those gardens will blossom into the reality you walk through every day. You were supposed to be a leader, a light bearer, a magnificent creator traveling through this planet with knowledge, strength, and unshakable confidence, not a victim of life. Your future is in your control. Seize it, order it, become all you were meant to be. Allow yourself to dive deeper into the holy truths shown thus far as we keep investigating this great awakening. Let us develop further the ideas of mind mastery, divine alignment, and the dismantling of cultural illusions that have long tried to restrict you. The divine matrix inside. Your mind is a magnificent matrix, a realm of limitless possibility where creation emerges constantly, not just a tool for processing data. Imagine it as a cosmic canvas on which every brushstroke of thinking depicts the image of your existence. It first exists as a concept in the invisible dimension before anything shows in the actual world. Many different cultures and historical teachings reflect this idea. Whether it's the ancient knowledge of the Vedas, the mystical insights of Kabbalah, or the biblical parables told by Christ, The message is constant. Your inner world determines your outside reality. Have you ever questioned why some people appear to naturally draw wealth while others fight tirelessly? Could be luck, entitlement, or perhaps their ideas, convictions, and emotional vibrations correspond with plenty. Think about the narrative of Abraham, whose unrelenting faith brought him to acquire uncountable rewards. Though he was elderly and in difficult conditions, he dreamed of a line of countries. It came to pass. His ideas were the basis on which his fate developed, Genesis 15. Likewise, Joseph's story shows how keeping a heavenly attitude in the face of hardship changes one. Imprisoned unfairly and sold into slavery, he may have given up hope. Rather, he decided to view himself as blessed by God, dreaming and setting himself up for success. Holding on to his vision, he climbed from the depths of a prison to become second in command over Egypt, Genesis 41. His story shows us that our ideas, not our situation, determine us. Escaping mental slavery. Society has trained people to run under a system of mental slavery, one that fosters fear, rivalry, and separation from spiritual truth. You were assaulted from the time you reached this planet with messages meant to train your subconscious mind. Schools promote uniformity, media magnifies fear-based stories, and society supports the belief that monetary goods provide happiness. Still, none of these outside systems provide the solutions for purpose or satisfaction. They're diversions designed to keep you sleepy, oblivious to the great power inside you. Warning against fitting to the patterns of this world, Romans 12 verse 2 encourages Christians to renew their thoughts instead. Why is that? The mechanisms of the world are designed to preserve control, not freedom. You are not sent here to follow routes set out by ideologies or institutions. You were sent to shake the current quo, to rouse others from their slumber, and to bring about a new age of divine alignment. During his time, Jesus brilliantly represented this upheaval. He answered with extreme candor when questioned by religious authorities steeped in tradition. He said in Matthew 5 verse 9, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God." Refusing to bend to social expectations, he walked in exact accord with his Father's purpose. Imagine the bravery it needed to challenge such firmly rooted structures. Still, he accomplished it with elegance and power, so opening the path for others to follow. You're called to do the same now. Free yourself from the mental chains holding you captive. Question the stories given to you every day. Who gains from your anxiety? Who gains from your ruin? Start to tell the difference between what feeds your spirit and what depletes it. Defend your holy area vigorously so that only ideas, words, and forces in line with divine goal enter. The strength of conscious language. Acting like seeds sown in the ground of reality, words have vibratory energy. Every statement you make shapes experiences both seen and unseen, sending ripples throughout the fabric of existence. As Proverbs 18 verse 21 says, "The mouth wields power over death as well as life." This lyric reminds us that our language is not neutral. It has creative power. Consider the effects of positive self-talk against those of negative self-talk. Repetitively saying, "I am capable," strengthens brain circuits linked to confidence and ability. With time, this idea spreads to your mind and shapes results and behavior. "I can't," or "I'm not good enough," for example, reinforce cycles of restriction and keep you trapped in patterns of failure. When David confronted Goliath, he realized the strength of deliberate speaking. Surrounded by anxious Israelites, he remained steadfast in his beliefs and proclaimed victory before the fight started. He said, "The Lord will deliver you into my hand this day." 1 Samuel 17 verse 46. His comments are statements based on heavenly assurance, not egotistical pride. And as the Bible shows, his faith showed up precisely as he had said. Should you use this technique in your own life, what would result? Should you start talking words of life, plenty, and divine direction over your situation? Your reality is, remember, the prevailing frequency of your ideas and words. Choose carefully, as what you repeatedly affirm shapes your reality. Spiritual alignment and mindfulness. Mastering your thoughts calls for mindfulness, the capacity to see without attachment. People too frequently get caught up in their emotions, confusing transient sensations for eternal truths. Mindfulness, on the other hand, encourages you to see your thoughts and feelings as passing clouds instead of connecting with them. In this area of separation, you reestablish contact with your higher self, the everlasting presence inside. This is the aspect of you that stays constant in the face of uncertainty and calm among turmoil. It is the watcher, the knower, the divine spark living in every person. Jesus showed this degree of awareness during his Gethsemane prayer. Though filled with grief, he gave over to the Father's will. Choose calm over hysteria. Matthew 26 verses 36 to 46. Meditation is a strong means of developing awareness. Silencing the cacophony of the outside world lets you reach the silence within, the holy refuge where divine knowledge lives. Psalm 46 verse 10 tells us, "Be still and know that I am God." Clarity appears in stillness. Doubts fade and faith grows. Anyone wishing to fit with heavenly goal must follow this discipline. Dominion walking. At last, selected one, keep in mind that you were not dispatched here to exist in dread or constraint. You were sent to walk in dominance, using the power bestowed upon you by God himself. You carry the same power within of you that resurrected Jesus from the grave. Romans 8 verse 11. You are not helpless. You are a vessel of divine creativity with the ability to order mountains to shift and oceans to split. Resist the impulse to retreat into dread when obstacles appear. Stand boldly knowing you are sovereign, strong, and ready for greatness. Every test is getting you ready for something far better than you can now picture. So trust that. You too are meant for amazing accomplishments, like Joseph rising from jail to fame, like Moses guiding his people to freedom. Thus, go forward, selected one. Sow holy seeds. Cultivate heavenly assurance. Escape the world's delusions. Be a brilliant beacon of hope and truth. The cosmos pays great attention to the vibrations you send out. Speak existence. Live with courage. Design without hesitation. And see the tapestry of your reality becoming into the work God meant. Knowing you are loved, chosen, and enabled to co-create with the Creator himself, may you walk in the fullness of your divine purpose. So be it.